My mom's new boyfriend is a controlling jerk who yells and shoves us, but she defends him over her own kids. I confront her, risking our bond to demand she chooses him or us, leaving me torn and terrified of her answer. Hey everyone, my name's Layla, and I'm 28 years old. I've been lurking on Reddit for a while, but this is my first time posting because I seriously need some outside perspective. I'm stuck in this messed up situation with my mom and her new boyfriend, and it's tearing my family apart. I don't even know where to start, but I guess I'll just dive in and hope you guys can help me figure out if I'm overreacting or if I've got a legit reason to be pissed. So, a bit of backstory. I've got a younger sister, Elise, who's 24, and we've always been pretty close. Growing up, it was mostly just us and Mom after Dad walked out when I was 10. Mom worked her butt off to keep us fed and housed. She's a tough woman, no doubt about it. She's in her early 50s now, and for years, it was just the three of us against the world. She wasn't perfect, but she was ours, you know? Elise and I always had her back, even when she'd get snappy or stressed out from working double shifts. We got it. She was doing her best. Then, about a year ago, Mom started dating this guy, Felix. He's 48, some mechanic who's got that whole rough around the edges vibe going on. At first, Elise and I were happy for her. Mom hadn't dated much since Dad left, and she seemed excited, like genuinely giddy in a way I hadn't seen in forever. Felix would come over for dinner, crack a few dumb jokes, and bring her flowers, basic stuff. We figured, cool, she's found someone. Good for her. But then things started shifting. It was little stuff at first. Like, Felix would make these snide comments about how our house was a mess, even though it was just normal lived-in clutter. Or he'd tell Elise she should smile more when she was just chilling in her own home. I brushed it off because Mom seemed into him, and I didn't want to be that daughter who ruins her mom's happiness over some petty gripes. Elise, though, she's got less patience than me. She'd roll her eyes or mutter something under her breath, and Felix would act all offended, like she'd personally attacked him. Fast forward a few months, and Felix basically moved in. Mom didn't even ask us. Just one day, his stuff was everywhere. His greasy boots by the door, his loud-ass truck parked in our tiny driveway, his random buddies showing up at all hours. It was like our house wasn't ours anymore. I tried talking to Mom about it once, just casually, like, hey, maybe give us a heads up if Felix is staying long-term? She snapped at me, saying I was being ungrateful and that Felix makes her happy. Okay, fine. I dropped it. Then Felix started getting worse. He's got this temper that comes out of nowhere. One time, I accidentally bumped his precious toolbox while I was grabbing something from the garage, and he lost it, yelling about how I'm careless and disrespectful. I apologized, even though I didn't think it was that big a deal, but he kept going, ranting for like 20 minutes while Mom just sat there nodding like he was preaching gospel. Elise walked in halfway through, told him to chill out, and he turned on her, calling her a spoiled brat who needs to learn her place. Mom didn't say a word to defend her. That was the first time I really saw red, but I held my tongue because I didn't want to make it worse. The real breaking point came a couple months ago. Elise was going through some stuff. She'd just lost her part-time job at this coffee shop because they cut hours, and she was stressed out. She was on the couch, scrolling her phone, when Felix barged in and started griping about how she's lazy and leeching off Mom. Elise shot back, saying she's been applying to jobs nonstop and he doesn't know what he's talking about. He got in her face, literally inches away, screaming that she's useless and pathetic. I stepped in, told him to back off, and he shoved me. Not hard enough to knock me over, but enough that I stumbled into the coffee table and bruised my shin. I looked at Mom, expecting her to say something. Anything. She just stared at the floor and mumbled, "You girls need to stop provoking him." Provoking him? Are you kidding me? Elise was shaking, I was fuming, and Felix stormed out like he was the victim. That night, Elise packed a bag and went to stay with a friend. She hasn't been back since, and honestly, I don't blame her. Since then, it's been a total crapshow. Felix acts like he owns the place, and Mom's turned into this weird version of herself I don't even recognize. She used to be the one who'd fight tooth and nail for us, but now it's like Felix is her whole world. If I bring up anything he's done, like the shoving incident, she flips it around, saying I'm too sensitive, or making a big deal out of nothing. She even told me once that Felix has a tough life, and we need to cut him some slack. What about us, though? Don't we get any slack? There's this other layer to it that's been eating at me. Felix has started dropping these hints about money. Like, he'll complain about how much mom spends on unnecessary stuff, aka groceries for me. Or he'll joke about how I should be paying rent since I'm old enough. I work full-time at this little bookstore downtown. And yeah, I don't make a ton, but I've always chipped in for bills when mom asked. Now it's like Felix is trying to squeeze me out financially too. I overheard him telling mom the other day that Layla's a grown woman. She doesn't need to be coddled. Coddled? I pay for my own phone, my own gas, my own everything except rent, and I've offered to help more, but mom always said it was fine. Now it's suddenly a problem because Felix says so? Elise and I have been texting nonstop about this. She's convinced Felix is after mom's money. She's got some savings from years of working, nothing crazy, but enough that a guy like him might see dollar signs. I don't know if I buy that fully, but it's not hard to imagine. He's always got some emergency that mom ends up covering, like his truck breaking down or some buddy needing a loan. It's shady as hell, and I've tried pointing it out to mom, but she just accuses me of judging him and not giving him a chance. Oh, and here's another fun twist. Felix has this friend, Julian, who started hanging around more. Julian's in his late 30s, kind of a loudmouth, always bragging about his business deals that sound like total BS. He's crashed on our couch a few times, and he's just as bad as Felix, rude, messy, and way too comfortable in a house that's not his. One night, Julian made this creepy comment about how I've got a nice figure, while I was just trying to grab a glass of water from the kitchen. I told mom about it the next day, and she brushed it off, saying he was just being friendly. Friendly? I felt like I needed a shower after that. Elise keeps telling me to move out, and I've been thinking about it hardcore. I've got a coworker who's looking for a roommate, and I could probably swing it if I budget tight. But here's where I feel stuck. This is my home too. I grew up here. Every memory of me and Elise and mom, the good ones, at least, is tied to this place. Why should I have to leave because Felix is a jerk and mom's picking him over us? It's not fair. Plus, I'm worried about mom. What if Felix gets worse once I'm gone? What if he's already worse than I realize, and she's just hiding it? I've tried talking to mom one-on-one, no Felix around, hoping I could get through to her. Last week, I sat her down and laid it all out. How Felix's temper scares me, how he's driving a wedge between us, how Elise won't even come home because of him. I was crying by the end, which I hate because I didn't want to seem weak, but I just needed her to hear me. She listened, sort of, but then she sighed and said, "Layla, I love you, but Felix makes me feel alive again. You and Elise are grown. You don't need me like you used to." He does. That gutted me. Like what? We don't need her? She's our mom. Since then, it's been tense as hell. Felix caught wind of the convo somehow. Probably mom told him. And now he's giving me the cold shoulder, acting like I'm the bad guy. He'll mutter stuff under his breath when I walk by, like troublemaker or ungrateful. And mom just pretends it's not happening. I'm at my wit's end. I miss Elise being around. I miss how things used to be, and I'm starting to resent mom in a way I never thought I would. There's this memory that keeps popping into my head lately. When I was 13, I got into this dumb fight at school and came home with a black eye. Mom sat me down, cleaned me up, and told me, "No one gets to hurt my girls." You hear me? No one. She was so fierce about it, like she'd take on the world for me. Where's that mom now? How did she go from that to letting Felix shove me and yell at Elise without batting an eye? I've been venting to my friend from work about this, and she thinks mom's in too deep with Felix, like emotionally trapped or something. She says I should give mom an ultimatum, Felix or us. But I don't know if I've got the guts for that. What if she picks him? I don't think I could handle hearing her say it out loud. Plus, I feel guilty even thinking about it. Like, shouldn't I just suck it up for her happiness? She's sacrificed a lot for us over the years. Don't I owe her this? But then I think about Elise, crashing at her friend's place, too pissed and hurt to come home. I think about how Felix's crap is only getting worse, and how mom's letting it slide. I think about Julian's creepy vibe and Felix's money comments, and the way our house doesn't feel safe anymore. And I don't know what to do. So, Reddit, I'm dumping this whole mess on you because I'm lost. Am I being unreasonable for wanting mom to ditch Felix? Am I the problem here for not just dealing with it and moving out? I feel like I'm going crazy trying to balance what I owe Mom with what I owe myself and Elise. Any advice, thoughts, or just a reality check would mean a lot. Thanks for reading this novel of a post. I know it's a lot.
Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the story. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss our daily updates.